Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. I'm Mike Fisher, and in this video, we'll explore the AWS shared responsibility model as it relates to sustainability. So let's dive in. Now, if you haven't already, check out part 1 of this video series, as it's going to provide you some context to this cloud sustainability topic we'll continue to build on here. The link to the video should be popping up on the screen, or if not, you can find it in the description below. So as more and more companies now are moving their operations to the cloud, sustainability and environmental impact have become increasingly important concerns for a lot of customers. In response to these concerns, AWS has made sustainability a core part of their business strategy. You can check out some of these efforts on the AWS Sustainability page and all the latest sustainability news coming from Amazon and AWS in their news feed. And I'll provide some of the links to those in the description below. Now, a lot of the key aspects of AWS's sustainability efforts are represented in the shared responsibility model. Now, this shared responsibility model is a framework for understanding the division of responsibilities between AWS and us as their customers. The model has been more commonly used around understanding the division around security and compliance aspects. Now, in the security context, essentially AWS is responsible for the security of the cloud itself, while customers are responsible for the security of their data and workloads that run in the cloud. And this model has been a great way to help ensure customers, know what they're responsible for and what security and compliance burden is offloaded to AWS as the cloud provider. Now, this shared responsibility model can also be adapted to represent sustainability concepts rather than just these security and compliance areas. So when looking at this shared responsibility model from a sustainability lens here, the green section of the framework represents the global AWS infrastructure. This represents all the data centers and related operations that we as customers don't have any direct control over. So as shown in that section here, it's all these physical servers, the cooling systems, all the various sources of energy for the data centers, and any waste generated in these facilities, perhaps from the employees that work there, and any failed end-of-life equipment that's decommissioned and discarded. We can even think about these things like, landscaping services or snow removal at these large facilities, and all the, diesel and natural gas for backup generators. And, there's a lot of areas here. There's also the physical data centers themselves and the materials and methods used to construct them. So all these examples here are just, the tip of the iceberg in terms of areas that fall into the responsibility of AWS for the cloud infrastructure itself. Then we have that division line, and above it represents areas that we as customers are responsible for when it comes to sustainability in the cloud. AWS recognizes that their customers play a very important role in the sustainability of the cloud. Customers are responsible for the environmental impact of their own applications and services in the cloud, including factors like the efficiency of their code and the amount of data they transfer into it. Your cloud infrastructure and software designs, how efficiently you scale your workloads, choosing the right cloud service for your workload type and the right instance types based on the CPU, memory, and storage configurations. All these have significant impact to the efficient utilization of cloud resources and the resulting carbon footprint impacts. Now, to help support customers in these efforts around optimizing workloads for sustainability, AWS has implemented a number of sustainability-focused services and tools. Now, one of the key tools that AWS provides to us as customers is the AWS Carbon Footprint Calculator. And this tool allows customers to estimate the carbon footprint of their AWS usage, including both direct and indirect emissions. Now, using this information, customers can identify areas where they can reduce their environmental impact and take steps to improve the sustainability of their operations in the cloud. Now, I think there's a lot of room for improvement with these types of tools, especially getting more transparency from AWS into their emissions data and factoring in their own Scope 3 supply chain emission sources into the tool calculations. But for now, it's a great step to help customers get some data around emissions and their overall carbon footprint impacts running their workloads on AWS. Now, I'll include the link to get more information about this carbon footprint tool in the description below. But let me know in the comments if you'd like a more deep dive video on that tool, covering what it can do, and we can walk through some example scenarios. So in summary here, the shared responsibility model is an essential part of AWS's sustainability efforts. By dividing responsibilities between AWS and their customers, the model ensures that everyone's doing their part to reduce the environmental impact of the cloud. By providing tools and services that support sustainability, along with their ongoing investment and commitments in sustainability, AWS is empowering their customers to make a positive impact on the environment. Now, we've been focused on AWS here since we're using that sustainability pillar of their well-architected framework to guide the topics we'll be covering in this series of videos on cloud sustainability. But just keep in mind that these core principles discussed would apply to other cloud providers as well. So if you use another cloud provider or perhaps in a multi-cloud environment today, I'll have additional links in the description below that'll highlight a lot of the similar efforts and investments other cloud providers are making as well towards improving cloud sustainability and lowering the carbon footprint impacts of their internal operations and offering guidance on how their customers can make efficient choices and more efficiently operate their workloads in the cloud. So that's a wrap on covering the AWS shared responsibility model, looking at it from a cloud sustainability lens. Now, don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up to date on the next videos in this series where we'll look at the design principles for sustainability in the cloud. Lots of great videos coming soon, so don't forget to like and share to help spread the word and subscribe to stay in the know. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.